Before we start, we got a quick UGC drop. From last week, there's even more variants to the Samura hair if you want to use them on all sorts of characters, and there's even some Deltarune accessories from the release of Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. In the weeks to come, I'll be doing even more UGC releases, so join my group down below and follow me on Roblox to help me out. Let's get into it. What's up guys, it's Punchy, and today we're back with another weekly Deepwoken update. There's some new content here and there that's worth highlighting, and I'll tell you everything you need to know. Coming from last week, we received a bunch of new cosmetic options for the Vesperian race with new masks and new designs. Besides that, with a new Iceberg Spark, a bunch of time-saving relics, and the Evanspear Axe remodel, we were kinda cooking. On top of everything else, there was even a teaser for some upcoming breakout content, which I'm very excited to learn more about. Overall, last week was pretty nice, but let's get ready for this week's update. As always, the best way to experience everything new is to hop in game and try it out for yourself. Make sure to like and subscribe so I can hit 115k, and let's get into it. So, into some actual map changes, we got a refreshing but different update to the island of Erisia. Specifically, here's what the front of this island looked like before any changes were made. It was dated and it received an update. Now, in the current patch, the main Erisia facade has been decorated. It's a lot more complex instead of the basic flat wall from before. Also, the wall connects to the ocean like a channel, allowing players to dock their boat from the inside, and this is pretty cool. Of course, this water can be swam or fished in, or even fought around if you want. I will say, I think it subtracts from the fightable flat space in Erisia, but realistically, this starter island is mostly for newer players that want to kickstart their builds and to fight. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you like this or do you think it's weird? Besides that, there's even more parkour and ability to get around the map, since some of the old architecture was super vertical and hard to get to. In the current update, there's new areas around the outside of Erisia that you can explore with a bunch of small lore references and information that enhances the current world building. There's a lot here that I think has improved from before, and this gives me hope for some of the more empty islands and new ones in the future. This should be a great upgrade to the overall starting Deepwoken experience, especially for new players. Found within the newly reworked island of Erisia, we have a new NPC called Transaction. I mean, yeah, it's a pun name, it's kinda goofy, but here he is. Anyway, this NPC has a rotating shop that changes every so often, selling goods from any form of content. This is very similar to the Depths NPC down with the divers, but it is an interesting option nevertheless. Alongside this map update, going around the map has become a little bit easier. So by spamming space near any zipline, you can instantly hop onto its path of travel and it will now maintain your momentum. So when you finally exit a zipline, the faster you're going to be moving when you hit the floor. Your speed is kept, and when you get thrown off, you keep that speed. It's kind of fun and it might be massive for map speed running, but we'll have to see. Finishing off this Erisia map rework, you can no longer obtain bamboo at the shores, with it being replaced with something different called Marum Grass. This functionally works the same and crafts the exact same, but I guess it never made sense to have bamboo on the beach, so you know, they removed it. Overall, with this map update to Erisia, there is so much I haven't mentioned alongside small secrets, so please check it out and comment your thoughts down below because it's really cool. Kicking off the new content, we have some visual revamps for some older, outdated mantras. FLAMECHARM got a bit of help this update, and let's see what has changed. Fireblade, one of the essential mantras to a high investment FLAMECHARM build, got its visual rework. Before, it was a straightforward, downward slicing Ichimonji, nothing really insane, and it was very easy to read. Now, in the current update, it's a bit more dramatic with a heat trail, impact explosion, and some new fading particles when it ends. Overall, visually, I think this looks great, but I'm a bit concerned about the readability for Fireblade, since it might be a bit too much for competitive gameplay. Anyway, let's talk about Ash Slam. Before, Ash Slam was very basic and looked clean to me. You would wind up, collecting flame in your hand, and slam it down to release some ash. In the current update, not much has changed conceptually, but the flame particles are brighter and way more defined. On the other end of the spectrum, I actually think that this is easier to see through compared to Fireblade, but we'll have to see it in combat to really make a judgment. The same changes have been made to Flame Leap, it's less blocky than before. In the previous updates, this mobility mantra was much more obscuring, leaving behind a bunch of lasting fire clouds, but now it's short and simple. Much like the impacts of the other reworked mantras, that's all it has with a kickoff from the ground, and it looks much cleaner to me. Also, Relentless Flames, a fairly new mantra, got a rework to its slashes. Here is what it looks like before, and here's what it looks like in the current update. Starting off some insane bug fixes and combat changes, we have a massive list of fixed move stacks. There's many standardizations coming to Oaths, and I'm super glad to see them finally addressing this issue. So for starters, Silent Heart's Mayhem, Relentless Hunt, and Rising Star can no longer be move stacked, hopefully in any sense. People were flying around the map doing anything with criticals and other Silent Heart abilities, and it needed to be addressed. Beyond that, Star Kindred's Death from Above talent was also touched too, preventing any stacking potential. Moving further, this hotfix patch was released earlier last week, and you can check it out if you like, but several different criticals, mantras, and sparks, they all became unmove stackable, making them less annoying to deal with. On top of that, other weapons that were unreasonably nerfed to the momentum changes regained some of their movement during crits, making the attack feel much more fluid, and that's always appreciated. So again, peep the hotfix list here, because I'm not going to discuss each and every one of them, but you know, there's a full list. Now, let's talk about some big changes to balance. Today, we received an overall buff to Dawnwalker, but it wasn't exactly what everyone expected. Instead of any changes to mantras or talents, we actually gained another combat slot. In total, Dawnwalker builds now have access to +3 combat mantra slots, allowing for more mantra usage on that character. This is pretty nice to see, but the mantras and talents remained underpowered and unchanged. Moving forward onto a weird Froststraw nerf for a few mantras, today we're going to talk about Chill Duration. Today we're talking about Frost Grab and Ice Fissure with their chill duration. So in the past, these mantras would cast chilled on the target for upwards of 10 to 20 seconds without any removal, but now the timer scales based on your investment. This doesn't mean the slow potency, you know, how much is slowing people, is going to be nerfed, but the uptime of the status was reduced instead. With even more Froststraw changes, we got a hit to Warding Radiance and Orbital Ice's slide. Warding Radiance allowed players to slide and place down flames with another talent, and Orbital Ice let people slide, you know, and place down ice during their slide. So in the past, this could stack, allowing ice and fire placement at the same exact time, but realistically, yeah, it kind of makes no sense. So rest in peace to this techie element synergy. I'm a bit sad it's gone. Up next, with another abusable tech that I've used myself, we have a nerf to some Blood Rend feinting. When using Vicious Descent and feinting it in the air, the user would have slight end lag, and that is new. In the past, people could cast and set it for free and, you know, do an action after that feint, but it's still extremely powerful for getting vertical movement into the air. So it's nice, but it's a bit more balanced now. And with that, this week's content comes to a close. As always, hop in game for weekly battle royale and check out all the new stuff too. Tell me what you think down below and I'll tell the devs. So thanks once again to all the supporters who motivate me daily and directly help out this channel. If you want to join as a member, go down below, but besides that, my personal Discord, guild Discord, and my UGC group are linked down below, so check them out. Thanks once again, and make sure to like and subscribe. It's punch-in time.